Now, imagine, if you will, for just a minute, Frost in Warframe as this kind of frozen, fearless warrior, fully embracing the Norse mythology side of things, a fighter, aggressive with a higher health pool, solid armor values, maybe a passive similar to Chroma's Ice Elemental Ward for reducing incoming damage or reflecting bullets, just maybe not as powerful. Pretty optimistic, right? A change or some tweaks at the very least to his abilities to make him fit the kind of Frost warrior theme that he's supposed to have, and of course the community's current playstyle as well. Basically freshen him up in the very least, because he is one of several Warframes right now that really needs some attention. That's how I would personally like to see him reworked. Maybe you would like to see it differently. Feel free to let me know in the comment section below. But first, they might need to do something with the cold status effect element in Warframe first. Make it a more viable option. Hey, what's up you beautiful feckers? How you all doing? Now today, it's a little bit of a what if, right? I had a good few of these videos in mind last year and the year before, but I kind of procrastinated way too long and decided against them in the end, which meant I kind of slowed down a lot on my videos. This year is going to be different. I'm going to have a lot more fun. Frost in Warframe, for those of you that didn't know, was originally a concept boss designed by Digital Extremes for their previous game, Dark Sector. This is that concept, but it wasn't used in that game. Instead, he made his way into Warframe as a playable frame. Described originally as a tanky frame, but having health and armor values that are kind of right in the middle of the pack right now. They weren't originally. He is one of the oldest frames in game, the 11th frame to be released back in January 2013. And right now he kind of finds himself in a bit of an awkward, weird place, and by that I mean the game, right? And how we play it has moved on from what his original playstyle was intended for. Gone are the days where his Frost Globe was very much needed for anything defensive. Sitting in a Tower 4 void, spamming Globe to help keep that pod alive, just isn't really a thing anymore. Right now, offense is the best defense in a squad, and other crowd control abilities in game offer the same, if not more, options when running any kind of duration mission. Gloom, Ensnare, Larva have become some of the most used abilities in game, thanks to the ability to subsume them, and Korra's Strangledome is still seen by some as the better defensive tool than Frost's Globe, because it's got that much bigger reach. That's not to say that Frost is useless or bad. That's not what this video is about. If you enjoy Frost, then go nuts. Just that he could do with some love from the developers or some buffs. Like I said, he is a very old school frame and not much has changed about him since 2013. Now, to dive further into the Norse mythology side of things, he could emulate a Jotun, a giant like Laufey, the ruler of Jotunheim, a durable tank warrior that could harness the moisture around him into defensive or offensive abilities. He could go further down the Viking side of things and give him an exalted bearded axe and rond shield. Frozen thralls as minions would also be a good idea, or a nice idea, that would fight alongside him or explode, even if they were just ones that were summoned, ran towards enemies and exploded, causing damage but freezing enemies in place as a result. Anything right now to basically freshen his kit up. Now, there are also a lot of games with frost or cold damaging characters with abilities, frost giants, ice witches, lich kings, trolls and so on, so influence could easily be found in any number of sources. If we were to take Trundle, Lysandra or Anivia from League of Legends as a very brief example, since I have been playing that recently, all ice-based heroes with different array of abilities. Having an ice pillar for Frost that slowed enemies down and maybe grouped them up at the same time instead of his globe could be an ideal ability, giving him increased health or armor values based on the idea that he's as cold as ice or has icy veins would be a very welcomed idea as well. Again, he is a frozen warrior, so I would love for Digital Extremes to focus him more towards that side of things, to go with that Harka skin. The idea that he is an incredibly fearless, durable warrior with mystical powers, shamans and exalted shields or axe-wielding frozen tanks, that kind of thing. I think the community will fully embrace the idea of having a frozen Jotun styled frame, but maybe I'm wrong. Maybe you have a much better idea. I would love to hear it in the comment section below. I guess the worst thing about any player having an idea for a rework of a Warframe is that generally Digital Extremes don't really touch other people's concepts, or they might emulate certain minor aspects of them. But again, this is just a very quick what if, but I do believe he should be first in line for a rework. That's not to say he'll get it this year or even next year. I don't know what their priorities are going to be in terms of pushing new content, quest-driven content, or ever touching Warframes this year, since we have got the ability to subsume other Warframes abilities. But he has been in the game since 2013, whereas Warframes that need reworks like Caliban or Yoreli have not. But again, I'm repeating myself. How would you go about fixing Frost? Or maybe you think another frame deserves it first, then who? Let me know in the comment section below. Have a great day, and as always, thanks very much for watching.